corporate America is now in the crossfires of the culture wars, but some executives are fighting back. LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman is leading the charge to defeat Republican candidates up and down the ballot who believe the 2020 election was rigged. His top political advisor told me they've recruited several dozen major donors, and he said they got on board because capitalism breaks down without the rule of law.
It's been very good for planning purposes to know that when the government that is currently in office starts making mistakes, they can be replaced by a different government through a peaceful transfer of power. That is what's at stake. If that doesn't happen, you start getting much more violence.
Now, he pointed to the boycotts of Coke and Major League Baseball over their stance on Georgia's election law last year. More recently, conservatives have called out BlackRock over its ESG policy and Visa and MasterCard over changes that track gun purchases.
Their central mission is now anti-business. So are they going to come for us? Yes, of course. Of course they're going to go after Disney. Of course they're going to go after Major League Baseball. And the question is, do we fight?
Now, not all tech billionaires feel the same way. PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel has helped bankroll Trump-endorsed Senate candidates in Ohio and Arizona. But even he recently warned, Brian, that Republicans need a positive vision for the country and not just, as he put it, nihilistic negation.
Can you say nihilistic negation 3 times quickly?
Maybe Peter Thiel can.
Yeah, he can do a lot of things, by the way. All right, so we've got just about a week left, right, to avoid the possibility of another government shutdown. But thanks to West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin's new energy bill, Congress could be facing, what, another round of brinksmanship? And also talk to us about this potential, what's the right word, flip from Schumer on the pipelining permitting that Manchin agreed to pass the Inflation Reduction Act.
Yeah, exactly, Brian. Well, Senator Manchin struck a deal with Democratic leadership to get a vote on permitting reform in exchange for his support of the Inflation Reduction Act, and now he is calling in that chip. Manchin's bill would require regulators to approve the Mountain Valley Pipeline, which runs natural gas through 300 miles of his home state of West Virginia. It also requires a president to prioritize 25 energy projects of strategic national importance for expedited review, and it sets a 2-year target for regulators to review other major projects that require a full environmental assessment. But there is not a lot of support for this. Progressives don't like it, and Republicans have already said they're not going to vote for it either, so it seems doomed to fail. The problem, though, is that the Senate plans to attach this to a must-pass government spending bill. Brian, reminder, the deadline to avoid a shutdown is next Friday, so expect some drama on the Hill before then.
So they shove it into a bill that sort of has to pass, which makes everybody conflicted because they want one thing but not the other. Is this kind of Schumer versus Manchin in a way? I know they're on the same team theoretically, or can both guys win? If it doesn't pass, Schumer's like, see, I'm saving the environment. And Manchin could say, it's those other elite Democrats that did it, not me. And they both come away with sort of a bizarre political victory at the expense of the pipeline permitting process. Yeah,
so we'll see how this actually plays out. But it is true, Brian, that sometimes on the Hill, things need to fail in order to pass. So this reminds me of back in 2019 when the government was shut down for something like 3 weeks. And President Trump at the time was calling for the Senate to pass a bill that would reopen the government, but also fund his border wall.
Oh.
Republicans knew it wasn't going to pass. McConnell put it on the floor anyway, let it fail so that they could then say, we at least tried, and then move on to a clean bill that would fund the government and reopen government offices.
That they have to strip that out.
Exactly. So you need to take sometimes a little pain
Yeah.
in order to get to the solution in the process.
Well, we'll see how much pain there's going to be between maybe Senators Manchin and Senator Schumer, or maybe they're both going to win. We'll see. Alon Moy, thank you very much. Good to see you in house, by the way.
Thanks.
All right.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.